Today we groomed the slightly woolly Rex, a 3-year-old Border Terrier. The Border Terrier has a coarse wire coat, which effectively repels water and insulates the body.
Good boy.
At doggy styling, we start by thoroughly washing the dog before we hand strip. The heat from the bathing and drying opens the hair follicle and tends to make it easier to pull out. Some groomers prefer to strip after the bath, and some don't bath the dog at all, as stripping away the coat can leave the skin more vulnerable to infection. We use a hypoallergenic shampoo to lather Rex up to avoid irritating his skin. Rex has always been stripped, so he's quite relaxed whenever he comes to the salon. He certainly enjoys the head massage, but he's less keen on having his ears cleaned. Border Terriers get their name from their association with the border hunt and the area on the Scottish borders where they originate. They were a breed entirely built for hunting, specifically to work alongside hounds to bolt foxes and badgers from their burrows. In fact, the original breed standard includes elements specifically related to hunting from horseback and bolting foxes from their burrows rather than trying to take them on. Rex probably isn't going to be taking on any foxes anytime soon, but he certainly shows off the amicable nature of the breed. After towel drying, we could start to blast him. The force of the air also helps remove any loose coat, speeding up the stripping process. Terriers can be notorious for hating the blaster, but Rex is a very laid-back sort of dog. Wire-haired coats are best stripped to maintain their colour and texture. Clipping a wire-haired coat can cause an overproduction of undercoat, so the overall look of the dog becomes paler and softer. Not all dogs will have a coat that strips well. Neuter dogs can experience a change in texture, and the skin of old dogs tends to be less elastic, so they can find stripping uncomfortable. As we were drying, we did find a tick on Rex's back, but our tick picker made short work of it. Maybe skip the next bit if you're a bit squeamish.
Grace.
Next we could start stripping. Hand stripping involves plucking out the long guard hairs as they have come to the end of their growth cycle. The root of the hair has long since receded, so the hair is only loosely held into the skin. A light tug should be all that's required to pull it out. Rex does enjoy the attention he gets during grooming, but he'd probably prefer a full cuddle.
I think he just wants to be petted permanently, so he permanently wants to be facing you.
The tool we're using is called a stripping knife. It essentially acts like a comb, helping to grip the hair. Groomers can use a variety of tools like stripping knives, stripping stones and chalk powder to grip the hair, and some prefer to just use their fingers. The question we get asked most frequently is, does hand stripping hurt the dog? The general answer is that it shouldn't. The hair should be ready to fall out virtually by itself, so if it's difficult to pluck the coat, it probably isn't ready to strip. Some dogs may not have coats that strip easily, and it's usually a good idea to consider clipping them instead. Unfortunately, if the coat has been clipped previously, it usually won't be strippable again, but some dogs are more comfortable being clipped. After stripping, we use scissors to neaten some areas, like the tail, bum and belly. These areas can be a bit uncomfortable to strip, so on a pet dog we usually scissor them instead. We strip most of the ear, then use scissors to trim the edge. The last step is tidying up his eyebrows and trimming his beard. Now looking half the size and very dapper, Rex was ready for country walks and muddy puddles. Or make that sofas and soft toys.